she like took me under her wing. So she was my friend, like true friend. But then over time, I realized the boundaries, the lines were really being crossed. I could never tell if she was my friend or if she was my girlfriend.
No.
Hi, we are Two Buddies, One Mic.
Welcome to episode 10. Today there are no antics. That's my name is Katholik.
And my name is Turife. And before we get started with the episode, we really need to acknowledge you guys and go through some of the feedback that we've been seeing. And if there's somebody who is consistent in watching us, is Kelly Mwaniki.
Wow.
Kelly, you always know you'll find her in the comment section, especially on YouTube, and I really appreciate her for that.
And yeah, I see one of her messages actually, which is so authentic and relatable. Thank you, baddies. Thank you so much. And someone else who I really do enjoy bringing up in conversations, and it's probably going to be brought up today as well, is none other than Miss Wambura Winnie, my roommate from a long time ago. Actually, my only roommate for the most part, and one of my oldest and one of my oldest friends and best friends for a long time. I shout you out, girl. You are amazing. She said she actually agreed on the episode from was it 2 weeks ago when we were speaking about living with roommates or living for the first time on your own. And she said, I thank God I moved into Pangani hostels. And the fact that I met you, you are the coolest. You too, girl. Loves you.
Another consistent commenter is Margaret Muthoni. Margaret Muthoni wakishikana hivi na Kelly Mwaniki. You know? Consistent babes. And she says, I've never laughed this hard while watching a podcast. And then went on to say, I am really relating. And then, it gives me so much joy when I get here and I open the comment section and it's all, oh, I'm laughing, I'm crying, I almost peed myself. Kadaya moko. I think, guys,
it feels really good.
So happy.
It feels really good. Teresia Morimi, shout out to you. June Wamboy, shout out to you, saying I could listen to your stories all day. Thank you, girl. Who else? And a few other people who...
I saw somebody on TikTok who actually commented and said, you guys have Spotify. And I led her towards Spotify. And then when I asked her for feedback, she was like, actually, I have spent the whole day listening to you guys while running errands. She was just with two buddies everywhere. She has done her errands and she's been in a good mood. She's been laughing at everyone and I love that for her.
I do enjoy that, and I apologize. I have been delaying with the posts. I will put them up today. I promise. Today. And I know that was me being called out kidogo here.
No, it wasn't. Gosh.
Today, I will post them. I will post the episodes that I have. I will put them up and you will be updated.
True. So let's get into it. Today we're talking about friendship breakups. Ni vitu gani rafiki yako anafanya and you're like, you gotta go. Or rather, I've gotta leave, okay? I will pick up my belongings and I will excuse myself from the situation. Have you had such a situation where you're like, this friendship is not friendshiping anymore? And it's a go.
I know it's the worst thing to actually mention, because oftentimes as women, we try and just savor on this camaraderie. But yeah, I've had multiple friendship breakups and none of them have been sweet. And I think one of the ones that was one of my oldest ones that kind of taught me many lessons is the one that I can't stand. You know, those people who are just like overly critical of you. Like they will never say anything nice. And it's always laced with, I'm just saying it because if I don't say it, you're never going to find out. And I'm trying to take care of you, girl. And it always, and back then, because of my naivety and my looking at the best in people and knowing that this is my friend, she could never hurt me, I would take it all in. And I remember, this is in high school. I was I was actually not chubby. When I look at those pictures, I'm like, girl, why were you so skinny? Anyway, she would, because I was such a sweet tooth, I've always been a sweet tooth. She would make me wake up in the morning when everyone else is in preps. She would make me run the field. Like I'm talking about like preps za subuhi. You know the ones right after breakfast to call machweo. And we're talking about like 6-ish. She would make me run laps in the field as exercise. She would insist that I drink hot water before and after meals. She would confiscate my snacks, and people would end up like giving me snacks. We had a hidden desk or people would like put snacks for me because they knew that she'd confiscated most of my snacks or all of my snacks anyway. It just felt very like at that moment in my mind I was just like, yeah, she's just looking out for me because I do eat a lot of sweets and I do not want to get fat. And yeah, I saw it as that, but like when I thought about it later, I was just like, okay, that was intense. She also was the person who told me that I had chicken legs. This is in high school. As I said, I was hella skinny, and she called my legs chicken legs, and I was just like, wow, I didn't even know what that meant, but it felt insulting. Now that I know what it means, girl, that was mean.
And like I think you're the one who sent me that reel. I suffer from delayed passivity.
Yes.
Like I'll get pissed off later, but in the moment when something is happening and when someone says something to me, I don't register in that moment. Even if I felt bad, I'll disregard it so that we keep moving. But when I get home and I think back and I'm like, that bitch, that was a bitchy thing to say to me. So I understand, like getting pissed off
Passivity,
later on, even years later, like that was such a foolish thing to say to me. Yeah.
Yeah, she was mean.
Damn. Why are people so mean? Another friendship deal breaker, and this is, yeah, it's money.
Oh,
Money and friendships. I will excuse myself or I will withdraw myself from the situation if you're constantly asking me for money. And it's usually like the small things. Hey, can you send me this? Hey, can you send me this? Hey, can you send me this? And I do not mind coming through for you as my friend. But if this person never comes back, you never refund me this money, but you're always going through an emergency, imagine I'll stop being your friend. I will excuse myself. It won't be today, it won't be tomorrow. But I'll just start withdrawing myself. You will stop hearing from me. I will not start conversations. I will just excuse myself very politely from the friendship because I usually feel some type of way, to be honest, when I'm asked for money. My relative, my brother.
girl.
It usually feels like you're trying to use me and I don't get it why. And also, why are you going through it for such a long time?
Yeah.
Why are you always suffering? That's another thing. If you're always suffering, I mean, we cannot be friends because
why doesn't God like you?
I understand going through a rough patch. We all go through ups and downs. But if it's always prolonged, you're always going through something, you're always on your knees praying, as it's always rock bottom for you. Me imagine I'll stop being your friend because why are things not working for you? What if it's infectious?
I know, right? Especially that. The fact that I could be hanging out with you and now we're both broke.
Exactly. I wasn't broke before I met you, but when I got into your energy field of brokenness and woye-ness,
it does not work.
We cannot be friends.
And it's not about you. It's not you, baby. It's about me. It's not you. It's me. I don't even know what it is. I do not like a friendship deal breaker for me. Like those friends who are like you don't talk to for a long time. Like you guys go months even without talking, and then they call you out of nowhere. It's like, hey, how are you? Good. And then immediately they start. By the way, do you know, and for the remainder of that conversation, it will never be, and how are you doing? There will never be, and how are you, girl?
They called you to download.
They called you to, and then it's
dump.
always added with that extra layer of the trauma dumping, but almost always, it will always be layered with, and you don't have anyone else to talk to about these things. Like, why didn't you tell me earlier? Why didn't you tell me sooner? I saw you partying the other day, like, wagwa, and like, why don't you talk to other people? And you're like, yeah, you're my only true friend, and you're the only person I can trust with this information, girl. And then immediately after, unaona tu kwa kipati, wako brother, wakienjoy kwenye mabishi. Uko like, kwani me? I don't look like
You only call me during the times of hardship when you need to talk about your failing relation. I know those people. When they're going through it in their relationship. Anakupigia munalia hadi saa 4 usiku. Leave him, babe. Leave him.
In fact, your relationship will be amazing. Well, amazing in that they will continue to talk to you about their issues for the remainder of that tough period. But immediately it ends. There go. Never to be seen again. What about you? Another one?
Friendship deal breaker. If I can't take you somewhere.
Girl.
If you cannot read the room. Have you ever been with someone and they just say something in front of people and now all of us are looking at you like, oh girl, why'd you say that? Like
I
what?
did that yesterday.
That's different. Like zero situational awareness. Like you don't have, you can't read the room and see what's going on. Like something tragic has happened, and then you're here with like, okay, so who wants mzinga? Anyway, can we go buy mzinga?
Don't play everything
Exactly.
else.
Like it's all about you. You're so stuck in your own world.
Like, I'm bored.
You're not aware of anything that is happening or anyone around you, what they're going through. It's none of your business. You're here for a good time, not a long time. Actually, if you're one of those, I can take you anywhere. I had this friend.
You have a good example. Okay, yeah.
We went to a matanga with her,
Okay.
and like we were friends. Like our friend, her dad had passed away, so like you know how the friends get together. So we're all the same age group.
Yeah.
And obviously it's not informal, and we're all trying to have fun to distract ourselves from what's going on. Yeah. But she took it a bit too far. Anytime someone would start crying or the mood would change from the party, she came for a party, from the party. Ni hivyo. Yeye hataki hiyo mambo. Mwanze kulia, mwanze kusema ati, oh, I remember how he used to do some mkona lighter. As in zero awareness of everyone, or just not wanting to be aware of what everyone else is going through. Me, I was like, you will never see me again. I will never take you anywhere with me again because it's so embarrassing.
Yeah. And I feel like that happens a lot. They're just people who are wired that way. It's like you're going through a really, really tough time, but it's like they've now got to, and they may, especially during funerals and sad times, because it's not like you're going to start saying like, why are you here? You know, in my mind, it's like, we haven't spoken for a long time, but you've shown up for me, you know? I'm going through this really rough time. You've shown up for me. I'm not going to start picking and saying, hey, get lost or whatever. I'm really just not in that headspace to begin with. And ultimately, a lot of people now creep back in, right? And I remember it was so weird. Like in that moment, you know, this person is consoling me. She's like, oh my God, I miss your mom. Blah, blah, blah. We're just having that chat for a bit. And then she switches it up to, but I've also been going through this really, really tough thing. And could you take me to so-and-so tomorrow? So I leave my mother's funeral and wake and take you somewhere tomorrow. That's where we're at. Do you understand?
There's no empathy. There's nothing. You can't look around a room and know how to behave. You know, it's the same way you see your friend in her corporate job and you're just amazed by how she's code switching, because when y'all are together, it's informal. Mnakaa tu kama machokora. But when they get to work, they're very serious.
Professional.
They're speaking English. You're like, madam.
Kumbe.
That's a normal person. Yes. But if you're always a chokora 24/7, you don't know how to code switch, you will never see me again. You can't embarrass me like that.
Like the lesson here is, if someone is talking about something and you have no contribution to it, just shut up and keep listening. That's it. Just shut up and keep listening. If you have no feedback that is related to what they're saying,
or, you know how like when we hang out, yes, it's in machokora, we hang out the way we do. And then we go to some place very bougie. And me, I carried you knowing you're going to act accordingly. And then you show up, umeva slippers. I'm like, okay, cool, maybe it's your aesthetic. Who am I to judge? Tunakaka kidogo, they're asking for earth girl aesthetic. Tunakaka kidogo nulizo drink, unasema mkona gin, mkona mzinga, mkona gilbis.
Gilo.
Babes.
Surely.
Babe.
Surely.
Mbele ya watu umetisha gilbis.
You think what itisha katangarebo. You know what I mean? Like they're playing. Go with the levels. If we're here mashinani, whereas bundubashi.
If we're regular.
Itisha
be regular.
Itisha whatever. You
but
know,
if we change,
even if you want kibao vodka, itisha. But ukiona tumepanda mahali imebidi tupande gari ndo tufike.
Hakuna stage ya matatu huko.
Hakuna stage ya matatu.
And then you go embarrass me. Mimi nitakuruka.
Please.
I will pretend I don't know you.
And there's nothing wrong with Gilbis. By the way, we've gone heavily at Gilbis. All I'm saying is, like, you know.
No, we're not going to go somewhere and then you ask for Gilbis.
Honestly, just itisha. The same company itisha tankare. Mtu hata anagooglingi unaangalia wanauzanga pombe zingine gani. Do you know what I mean? Browsing.
Anasema ambia wewe tununulie Can you keep quiet? Can you text me?
I'm not gonna skate you.
Can you text me?
Ish, be serious. Be serious. I think another one that is like a bit uncomfortable for me, and this has happened. I think again, it's the same energy of delayed passivity. Like you delayed the pissing. You got pissed, but you delayed it until much later on. And I never thought about it until a lot later on, and I'm just like, oh, I'm a clock that. You know those people who are just like, your man is our man. Of course, man.
Our husband.
Hey, our boyfriend. You over there asking for things.
What do you mean asking for things from your husband?
Girl, it's our husband. He's buying us lunch. Babes, you buy us lunch. Babes, you buy us lunch. Like, that level of closeness. I've told you this story before here. Same girl, and it happened with multiple different people, which is even a problem for me because I'm like, girl, how long did it take for you to get pissed about this? Because that took too long. It took too long. It took too many turning tables. Hey. Anyway, the problem was, it was like after that one, the one last person that I was with before we parted ways with this girl, I don't know, we were just having a random conversation, and it's like, yo, by the way, your friend's kind of weird. I'm like, what do you mean? Because a lot of people had said that, your friend's kind of sketch. I'm like, okay. She's just a bit quirky, and a bit indoorsy. She's like an indoor cat. Like, you just like her for being indoorsy. And like, it was a bit more than just an indoor cat thing. She straight up kissed me, and it was weird. I pushed her off after, and just like, I don't know, I don't want to be seeing her around. If we can't, just like, don't bring her around. I'm just like, okay. So it was not a joke, babes. It was not a joke. When she said our man, she meant our man. When she said bae, she meant baby. You know? It's like, we are really in this relationship together.
That's the thing.
People just don't know where to draw the line. And therefore, let's just draw the line by saying, people who are too close to your partner is an ex. Baby, it's a done deal. It's a done deal.
She kissed your man.
Why do you know his third name? Why? Of what importance is it to you? Why? Mujwange kama babe or faith?
She kissed your man.
She kissed him. And it was weird for him. It was like, I was drunk. I was sloppy drunk. It was that story. I'm telling you the story. I was like sloppy drunk, and then she's like dropping me off at his house. Because like I'm shit faced. She's dropping me off at his house, and then when she's dropping me off, and he's like, saying goodbye. First of all, she asked him for Uber money. That's an additional problem. I'm like, so you're gonna pay for Uber? Like, wait, the confidence, babes. The confidence, babes. Anyway, and then as they were saying goodbye, I think there was a hug involved, and then like when she was letting go of the hug, which was weird already, she just like planted a sloppy one on him, and he just like pushed her off. It's like, dude, what? So that happened. Okay, because I have a delayed passivity. We continued to be friends for years after that.
That's why it's so difficult to make friends, because you need to be wary of people who actually want your life, not people who are inspired by your life. I can be your friend, and I could be inspired by your accomplishments. I'm like, I would like to be like that. I'd like to work hard like that. I'd like to get into... There's inspiration, and then somebody who wants your life. They want your life. They don't want a life like yours. They want your life. They want your partner. They want your house. That is sick. And it's so sick, and it's so scary sometimes.
Like, they could wear your skin. And Winnie says that all the time. Like, Winnie Mambura, my friend, we just spoke about at the beginning, she would say that. She's like, girl, if you don't play, this girl is going to wear your skin. She gonna wear your skin. You just keep playing like this. And I thought it was a joke. I learned many lessons after that.
That is so scary. Guy. And people were asking me, Ati, why don't you like when you hang out as couples, especially with your friends?
Girl.
Do you hang out?
I
hate it. I hate it. Girl. The last time I did that, it's Kathabi like forced me. Ali forced my hand and akatumia macho googly. But beyond, I just don't like mixing partners and friends. Because there's just a lot that comes off of it.
Like, you can't control people. That's the problem. And you also don't want to be over there nitpicking. So just avoid it altogether.
Alafu saa zingine Kathome alikuja akaniambia story. Sasa mimi nimekasirikia mtu namuonyesha attitude na hajui attitude imetoka wapi, anasema hey babe, your friend doesn't like me. I'm like, yeah, y'all I love, lakini mimi sikupendi. So I just don't like.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
The spillover is too much. It's too much.
The other one is, you know, like how you're hanging out as friends, and then your friend switches up on you,
girl,
and all of a sudden you're the butt of all the jokes.
I had that one.
The switch up.
I literally wrote it down. I'm like,
nitakuacha.
They're called. They have a specific name. Those girls, the girls who like will always. It's like they switch up around men and male energy. They switch up on you. Like y'all are kikiing and we're good, but when we get around men, she's better than you in every way.
Exactly.
I could never wear that. Like, she's so confident, right? Like, she looks cute in her, like, tutu.
And as I've said, I have delayed passivity. Like, in the moment, I won't react. I won't even acknowledge it has happened. I will feel bad, and I'll probably go home, but now I'll get pissed off later. And I remember there's a time we had gone out, and this friend, I'm telling a story, she came in and told the story as her own. So I'm just looking at her like, and then made me the villain in my own story that I was telling.
The victim.
And I was telling from a victim perspective.
The victim has been.
Me, I was being the victim in that story. So I'm just telling this babe my story. And she's like, hey, ulisikia. Akaingia na akani make the villain. So I'm just like shocked. And I'm like, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's so interesting. Yeah. Me who had planned to stay out, ni parambulate, tulewe, tubebwe. Nilienda tu nyumbani, nikajiuliza, why am I here? Why am I here? Very quickly, I excused myself. I went home, and I went to get pissed at home. But also, like, when I was at home, I was like, why did I let her do that? Why did I...
Take away your joy, first of all.
Exactly. Why did she have that much power over me? Exactly. She stopped your reggae. And I felt so bad. At the same time, I was angry and I felt hurt. Yeah. It was a lot of emotion.
It's a very confusing time. And I heard a similar story. And this is not my own story, actually, because I never remember my own traumas. But this girl, she was talking about it on TikTok, where she said that she and her friend were planning on hanging out for a while. It's South Africa. So they're planning on hanging out, but they live in like different places. So this girl then came to her town, let's call it Joburg, came to Joburg. And they were supposed to be hanging out and going out and just having a good time. However, she didn't have a place to stay because, again, she lives like out of state.
Yeah.
But this friend tells her, I have another friend. And she's house sitting for someone. So let me ask her if we can actually bunk at her house. Oh, no plan in the history of girls has ever worked out that way. Ati, you and I are friends.
Yeah, if I'm coming to your town, I'll stay with you.
Let's mention one of your friends who you're close with. What's her name?
Samira.
So I'm coming to town. We hang out with you, but I tell you, I don't know whether I'm gonna be able to stay the night. I don't know how I'm gonna figure it out, like my housing situation. Because me neshi kambulu, and you're like, it's okay. I'll ask Samira. And when you ask Samira, first of all, I'm like, we were hanging out with Samira. Okay, cool, that's fine. So when you ask Samira's like, yeah, I'm house sitting. Y'all can come after drinks, after vibes, after party. We'll go and all just hang out. Tumesha budget ya story. Me now tumeko budget. We have budgeted. We have money for drinks. We have money for Ubers. We have money for everything.
Now here comes a third party.
Samira now. Sorry, Samira. So Samira, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna make you a villain. So Samira is the one now who's going to house both of us after the party. Sindo. And we're like, okay, I don't know her, but okay, cool, let's go. So we go party, but then when we get to the club, first of all, we were supposed to go to just our own place. Tumesha agreed to Nenda Kempinski for a nice, cute, girl night type, sexy night. But that's Samira's like, Pana 2018. Why? The manager, he's going to sort us with drinks and whatever. But we're like, we already have money, it's okay. Samira's like, 20. So we're like, okay, let's go.
My
Once
friend
we get
Samira,
there-
we're using you badly.
Sorry, Samira. Samira is baby. Samira is the best. Samira is the best. The last time she took us out.
I'm sorry, babes. I'm sorry, babes.
The last time we had such a good time. Anyway, so Samira then, when we get to the club and her club promoter friend is being funny, hella sketch, he's not really paying for drinks. He's just like coming off as like, okay. Anyway, she's like, yeah, but there's this other guy who's coming to take us to another club, right? So we're like, okay, we're not really interested in going to this club, but like, she's insisting. She's like, yeah, he's gonna pay for everything. The guy shows up, but they were fighting about something. They had like a weird interaction there before. When the guy showed up, yeah, he was driving a very nice car, and they were all supposed to go back to her place. Let's not forget. The guy came. She immediately got in the car and they zoomed off. View, so Samira ametuacha. You ameenda. Ameenda, sure. So us now here we are. We have no place to go. It's the middle of the night. We've been machwad kwa barabara in the middle of streets of 18. Yeah? We're alone at like 3 a.m. in the morning. Basically, this girl, every time a man would show up, she would switch up completely. Like, every time a guy, especially a guy with money, it would be like competition. You feel like, I'm going to take your man, so me and a hepa, you guys, you're too hot. Oh, yeah, that was the problem. She kept saying, you guys look so good. You guys look so good when they were changing and getting ready. Like, oh my God, you guys are so pretty. Oh my God. So I think she also had her own like issues, her own insecurities. So like when the guy showed up, she assumed that they would want this guy. And so she just like flipped with the guy and she left them komata. That's how, the night just became weird.
Leo wamefungua ni South C ama ni South B tutaenda?
18.
Yes. Okay. But that is wild. Switching up on me because of a man.
A man.
Y'all need to do better.
Yeah.
Y'all need to do. Do you have another one?
Yes, I do. That was similar. That's why it became a long story. Another one. Do you know those friends who just like have a regurgitation anytime you tell them some good news? He's like, oh my God, I just got into this really, really cool uni. And they're like, oh, okay. But I heard that they actually have like rapists there.
They will always pour water in your soup.
Every time your candle is lightsy, it's looking pretty. They're like for no reason. And then they always want to one-up you. Those two very similar situations where they're like,
I bought a shoe. Me, I bought another shoe.
Mine was 20,000. Where did you get yours? No, me, I got one. You got yours in Kibera. Me, I got mine in Lavington. They will always want to one-up you. Hey, girl, I just met this guy who was really nice. Actually, dropping you off. What does he drive? He drives a Delta or a Demio. It's like, oh, me, I actually met someone. He drives a Range Rover. Do you know, like, it's always one-upping.
You could be very excited. And when you have exciting news, you want to share it with your friends.
Yeah.
And then your friend just wants to one-up you.
Yep.
They don't even say congratulations. Nope. Just like, okay. Anyway, me the other day, I was like,
flown right past it.
And I used to struggle with telling people good news because I had experienced a lot of that. There's this particular friend who would be like, you're already pretty. So now what else do you want? You just, like, it was never okay for me to have good news.
Simply because you already have so much amazing
stuff.
So just shut it up.
So any good news would be bragging.
Like you're just making us feel
jealous.
And
it was like in my head. So anytime I had like good news, I'd never say anything.
Oh, no.
I'd just be like, ooh, exciting. Can't tell anyone. Don't want to brag about it. So now anything, it takes a lot for me to share good news. Because I feel like I'm bragging. Yeah, but I'm not.
You think it's a reality.
I've worked so hard. Yeah. I mean, I started to university. You don't want me to say, hey, sasa ukwamba naenda university. Gosh.
What are these degrees? Do people even use them?
And let's get university out haikuangi nzuri. Watu wao graduate. I'm like, girl, what's happening?
One-uppers or Debbie Downers? Problem. You have another one?
Yes.
Okay.
Friends who try to substitute you and their partners. Like, they try to make you their boyfriend.
Oh.
Like, they try to monopolize your time. There's nothing else you can do. You're my friend. Yeah. You're my friend. You do this. I'm going somewhere. You're my friend. You have to come with me. I'm going through something. You're my friend. You have to come through for me. I don't have this.
Plans
exactly.
With your partner because your friend showed up, right?
And if you're busy or if they're not a priority, it becomes a thing and they're jealous and they're angry. Why would you do that to me? But I'm your friend, I'm your this. Mimi ukijaribu kunifanya boyfriend yako, I will leave you so quickly. I have so many problems. I even have offspring. And now you want me to be your boyfriend? As in, I understand showing up for your friends, as you should, but there's boundaries. Me, I won't be at your house until midnight, and we're just gisting.
And then guilting you about it. Do you know, it's like, I'm sorry I was unavailable.
Yo,
And I made time today, but that doesn't mean that like I have nothing else going on. I'm just here to say a quick hello and a quick goodbye. And it's
That
like,
babe.
why actually the way you've been spending every weekend with your boyfriend, and then the one time we hang out, you just want to leave?
that babe, I don't want to mention her, she might be watching. We were really close friends, and she was like one of those fast female friendships. So it meant a lot to me. I really looked up to her. She was a bit older than me, but she like took me under her wing. So she was my friend, like true friend. But then over time, I realized the boundaries, the lines were really being crossed. I could never tell if she was my friend or if she was my girlfriend.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So now, like, there's that super closeness. I hate physical touch, but there would be a lot of physical touch which I'm not very comfortable with. But be like, she's just my friend. There's nothing to it. And then after that, I started dating. It became a problem because I was just like, hey, can we meet? Can we go to 18? Can we go to Jiweke? Yeah, it was Jiweke.
Come on.
Let's go to Jiweke. So I'm like, me and my man, we staying in tonight. We just want to watch a movie. It's like, kwani mnakaa kwa nyumba kila siku, blah, blah, blah. But me, I'm in a new relationship. We know how new relationships ziko. Munapendana as if you have never loved before. So like the love was tight. Hii weekend, mko road trip. Hiyo weekend ingine, mko road trip. Tulitembea Kenya. But I'm still your friend, and you have to understand that, yes, I spend time with you. Nikitoka job, we meet for lunch, ama for evening, ama for dinner. Sijui ati we eat something, we walk around town. It was a lot. She was very draining. So we started like pulling back a bit. Kuna siku nilipata paragraph. You've been very distant lately. Even my children, they're asking, where are you? And I'm just like, what do you mean? What do you mean your children are asking about me? I am your friends. It's one thing to abandon me, but you can't abandon the children. And I'm just like,
What the hell is going
ma'am, CPS. Yeah, so one day she sends me a text and she's like, I can't believe you abandoned me like that. Even my kids are asking, where are you? It's one thing to withdraw from me, but why would you withdraw from my child? I'm just like, girl, I'm not your husband. I'm your friend. And not even your best friend, because alikuwa na my best friend. I was her friend. Alafu unani guilt. What do you mean I abandoned you? So replacing me as a friend and trying to make me your husband, that's just not it for me.
And I don't like it when people do that, because oftentimes it's because the things that they want from a partner that they can't get,
They're
is
trying to
what
get
they're
from you.
trying to get from you, which feels like you being used as a pawn in a whole
Mimi ni
game.
gift giving.
It's the same energy as those guys who have like a gay best friend. Do you know? It's like you have a boyfriend, but you also have a gay best friend who you can go do your nails with, like a super feminine gay best friend. Not all gay men are feminine. Like a super feminine gay best friend, or and just like you can always go and paint your nails together, do your hair together, like do all of those
Listen
things.
to you, listen to your deepest, darkest secret.
Listen to the music that your man would listen to, stuff like that. So it feels very like you're being used. And
Go to therapy,
the other person
babes.
is like, I feel like it's important for you to learn that it's not okay. Talk to your partner. Tell them.
Don't make your friends your
"Babe, you're
husbands.
slacking.
Gosh.
Babe, you're slacking. And now I'm looking for emotional support somewhere.
Yes.
Please stop doing that. It's not right. It's not right.
Sifiti.
Sorry?
Sifiti.
See, it's not right. It's not right. I think we also have this one group of friends, maybe let's just call them 6 specific friends, who tend to have that thing where they always try and make you do dumb shit. And I'm not talking about dumb shit like, drinking, partying, and stuff like that. No, I'm talking about they always try and lead you astray. Like they will give you the worst advice so that you go wayward. And this always happens, especially when you're in a relationship. I don't get it. Like, look at just anyway. Oftentimes, when you're in a relationship, you have that one friend who will tell you something that is so a bomb, and they're just letting you carry this bomb and drop it in your own household. Now you're over there just burning, looking at each other, asking each other,
what was
how
the
did
reason?
this happen?
Why?
And when you look back and you think back, you're like, damn, she gave me really bad advice. And it's bad advice in relationship, it's bad advice in life, it's bad advice in terms of, making decisions in your life, like you're about to make a career move, and this career move is going to change your life, it's going to give you more fulfillment, but they're like, no, I don't think you want to do that. Like you're trying to maybe become a social media content creator. And they're like, no, babe, your life is not that interesting. Like no one will care. And yet this is something that will give you fulfillment. They just want you to be stuck in the same
Loop,
the same rat race that y'all have been in together because it's comfortable. They want to see you on this. It's like they don't want you to change, because when you change, it makes them feel like, no, kumbe, we had the ability to change this whole time. I just didn't want to do it myself. And so they force you to be stuck in this space. I don't like people like that. Derailers and straight people who lead you astray.
True. So basically, all we're saying is let your friends be friends.
Yep.
Let your friends be there for the good times and the bad times.
Yep.
See, you only focus on the bad times, don't you? When you're seeking out your friends, when you're going through it. But when you're happy, you're good. What do I need those people for? And yeah, let your friends be friends. Don't burden them, and also don't be a burden.
Yeah.
Don't accept their burdens.
Yeah.
I feel like it goes both ways.
Yeah.
Be the friend you want another person to be to you.
I think so. And it's hard. Let's not lie. It's hard, especially with like life being what life is. There's so much stuff to balance. You have a relationship on this side, you have work on this other side, you probably have parental responsibilities on the other side. There's like a lot to juggle, but I think it's important to try and make time for friends. And that's, I'm telling you this as I'm reminding myself, because I have derailed. I have fallen off the bandwagon. I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting. I need to pick up slack, and I'm really actively trying to do it. So as I am doing it, let's all do it together. Let's just be better friends and be the friends we want our friends to be for us.
Show up for your friends the same way you want them to show up for you.
100%.
It's that simple.
And on that note, I want to shout out my Habibtis, Hadija, Abby, and Zain. Y'all. And Mary.
Shout out
to you guys.
Ungependa kutuma salamu?
Shout out to you guys.
Very nice. Me, I'm good.
Okay.
Love you. Bye.
Remember to subscribe.
Subscribe if you want.
Subscribe.
Kai, please. Imagine we are suffering.
Like, what do you mean? Okay. We're going through hard times. Please subscribe. Share.
Imagine
comment.
If we gave up on our dreams because you refused to subscribe.
The girl. We'll see you next time.